So, hi, Mr. Scales here again. Welcome back to this channel again. I'm talking about now, now I'm talking about the idea of how to see the world as it is. How to see the world as it is, as a by context. So they're seeing the world as it is without conceptual frameworks itself there or logical or labeling in a nutshell there. To seeing the world as basically like a child itself, like a brand new child there, or just a kid itself there, like seeing, pondering to the world there. Now, now that idea is really interesting itself there, but what is basically the use of it there? If the normies itself there were to see this there, no, or at least not normies, but if a normal people actually would see this there, then what be the reaction would be like, "Oh, I'm already like seeing the world as it is, dude." But really in itself there, but really in itself there, when picked by two sides as well, when picked by two sides as well there, obviously there it is dependent to the people's cognition or cognition itself there, or the frameworks, with the framework that they adhere to, like seeing that side left or right, either positive or negative there. But to see the thing as it is there is really much interesting itself there, and much more important as it basically frameworks of perception really cloud dilute not just how people see things, but the experience or the feel of that thing, as feel itself resonates to being, as feeling is close to being to as well, or probably even being arguably. So yeah, there as a concept in Hinduism, as an as a dharma as well there, the idea of Atman and Brahman. Atman is the universal spirit that's connected to Brahman, the ultimate reality. Brahman Brahman, Brahman or Shiva is the ultimate reality is not there, and the Atman is not that. It is basically just telling that consciousness alone exists, or you only exist. Not you only, but consciousness alone exists. There are two parts to Brahman. Brahman, Brahman itself has two sides. Nirguna Brahman, not really two sides, but there is Nirguna Brahman and Saguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman is itself the same. Nirguna Brahman has no qualities, and Saguna Brahman as well. Saguna Brahman is with qualities. Nirguna Brahman as well. Nirguna Brahman, as in this context itself there, if one is consciousness as well, it's seeing the world itself as the context of the loop, in the context of lumina, or the idea of Kant and lumina, or basically having no labels itself there. Seeing the world or feeling the world is much better, as feeling is really close, as said earlier there, as I said earlier or regurgitated earlier, to being there. As a being is alignment, as alignment, and true connection as true connection as well, true growth. But so yes, that is a Brahman, or can't even idea of Kant itself there. The world itself, the world itself, the world itself will exist if there's conception there. But the world itself there will be torn asunder, or even dissolved itself, if field itself there to dissolved to vibrational senses, vibrational and a frequency sense as well there. That's the true seeing the world through experience, but not like philosophizing there or contemplating and such there. Okay, that's basically topic one, and the topic two as well there is really interesting there. It's basically, yes, it's really odd, it's really far-fetched as heck, the other topic, but basically protection itself there. Now it's a really interesting in itself there, and protection in itself there, on basically entities there. Protecting yourself in entities is really interesting there. You just like plop your shield up, or basically imagine or conjure up your shield there, conjure up your shield, but sometimes itself there. But sometimes itself there, you really need some deities itself to help you there. But the issue about that, there are some deities itself there, where there are some, as said by Sam Rinpoche as well, Sam Rinpoche as well there, that there is just a shapeshifter, or basically like a darker side, or basically just a literally literally the imposter side to that, literally the imposter side, or just the imposter of that deity there. And it's interesting to note if you're talking about in talking to the ego or the actual entity itself there, and energetically, or basically like the deity there. This is really important there, because there are some dark forces, forget, or just dark entities or negative or lower vibrational entities usually just latch into you there and freaking lose from you through intrusive thoughts as well there, and even annoy you. And this is the most important thing as well there. Annoyance as well there is also can contribute to lose form too as well there. If you are annoyed, irritated on the literally so simple things there, it can be lose form and replay to your mind over and over again there. Remember, guys, that you really live in the right brain or the heart compared to the logical brain there. Because they're really strong itself in the logical brain of those lower vibrational entities there. If you know the channel skips the dumps there, he said there himself there that they actually like uses or demons, low vibrational entities there, that uses like actually some fucking Reddit, or like actually there, and it was really ridiculous. He was ridiculously like on the point of freaking right as well that one there. These freaking entities like do that stuff as well there. Use attachment against you, use logic against you, or even intelligence itself. Not intelligence, but basically being smart. The freaking beat them there is either to immediately kill them there, immediately kill. Hmm? It's much better to immediately kill them, incapacitate them with their, call their protector deity itself there, or protector spirit there, or just basically protector deities there, conjure up a shield and just basically pretty much it there, pretty much it there. Just call him to Jesus, Gnostic version, no. Not the way, basically the exoteric one. So yes, basically pretty much it there. Oh, and also talking about freaking Loosh form there. People does not know what is Loosh form. Loosh forming is Loosh forming so there came from the idea of Loosh first, which is basically energy there. Basically energy, or the life essence of a person itself there. As basically said by Monroe there. Loosh is an interesting idea there. Obviously everyone freaking has it there, but in a sense there, this is basically the essence of a person there somewhat, but basically life essence of a person there, essence of a life person there, or basically their mental physical energies too as well, their life energy there. And in a sense there, Loosh itself is that there. It can be either Loosh or by said like negative entities, by freaking like intrusive thoughts there, negative thoughts as well there, even like basically masturbation and such there. They're really ridiculously strong in masturbation, because they build basically this negative entity just put you in this kind of like vibrational sense, or basically vibrational threshold itself there. And in this vibrational threshold there is a certain like type or set of stay, a certain type or set of intrusive thoughts itself there, and you must break them out like vibrationally speaking there. And also they build off their matrix, or I would call the samsara in that stuff there. Is basically freaking like basically that. Either really kick, either really do some inner work, kill them off, either kill them off, do some inner work as well there. Shadow work certainly really important there. And probably as well there, and probably don't live with the ego at all. So yeah, don't live with the ego as well though. a bit, but yeah, a bit equally really important as well there. Really goes really important as well. But like living with it there, living with it there like constantly there. So yeah. And also this is topic 3 as well. Really interesting there. As said by Jigdu Krishnamurti as well there. There are some things there that we cannot not really can we cannot fix as well. But basically the mind is really itself there. Basically mind is really engineered for fixing. It's much better to not fix stuff there. And this is really good there. Really good there. Because those entities are unironically strong in coping with. Ironically strong in coping. So yes, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it there. That's basically this is the topic to be honest though. So yeah, kind of those 3 topics. That's it there. So yeah, really hope you guys have a really great freaking day because mine, yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, hope you kind of like this content too as well there. Like it was basically just a ramblings, like spiritual, philosophical ramblings to be honest there, and kind of see the other side of Mr. Scales, I guess. See the other side of Mr. Scales there. I remember there, just remember there, remember this: strength, honor, virtue. That's pretty much it. There. We do not let these freaking like elites or the global freaking elites or even their freaking like proxies, the freaking reptilians and the freaking reptilians and the freaking other stuff there like mess our freaking vibe to be honest, dude. So yes, remember be strong, drink water there, help people there, really important too. Not really important, but yeah, it's your not, it's your myself. If you're service to self or service to others, to be honest, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it, to be honest. There, strengthen the spirit, strengthen your spirit as well. There, connect with your spirit. There, connect with your heart. There, connect with your heart. There. Remember remember the ego lies there. Remember it there. Or basically the thought lies. Remember that there. Live in the right brain. Yeah, you're good, baby. You're really good, brother. Really good, brothers and sisters. That's pretty much it, to be honest. There. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, my guys. They just drink some really ridiculously early in the morning. They just drink some water or something, dude. Peace.